up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. And I have my wonderful friend Annie on the pod.
Hi.
Hey, Annie. I'm so excited to have you on this podcast. I feel like it's been a long time coming.
I was so nervous about coming on. Honestly, I was like, okay, I'll do it. You did it. You gave me very short notice, which was key.
Yeah, that's so true. I tricked her into coming on this podcast, which is honestly the best way to do it.
Yeah, it was.
Then you don't have time to get nervous.
Exactly. That was exactly what it was.
Because I know you had said previously, I could come on and talk about like books or like something kind of more specific. And I was like, I feel like now we're in the season. Like it's fall. We had a wonderful fall day yesterday.
We did.
I'm like, Annie just like emanates everything fall. So I was like, now is the time for you to come on my podcast. We can talk about all the seasonal things.
I love it.
But yeah, I just like Halloween. I was like, I probably should have gotten you on in October because October is your month.
It is. But it was a busy month.
Oh my God, it was so busy.
We did far too much.
Literally too many things. I think I hit a wall.
Oh, after that last concert week.
Yeah.
That was...
No, literally. I was like, I actually can't see anyone for 3 weeks. Yeah. Which didn't really happen, but...
No, but you had a week.
Yeah, I did.
It was a work trip. But...
Yeah. I know. Well, and then I had back-to-back work trips and everything, so that was crazy, but... We're here. And I am actually happy to be like home. This was like the first weekend where I was like, I have a fall weekend at home. That's like really nice.
And it's been so sunny and
so
warm.
Sunny.
So nice.
Well, and these are like my favorite degree days. 50s.
Layers.
Yeah.
Jackets.
But you only need a light jacket. Like I'm fine in just my denim.
Yep.
It's great. There's nothing better. Well, we went to the French market yesterday.
That was crazy.
It was literally crazy.
I had no expectations and it
Same.
far exceeded what I was thinking it was going to be.
Yeah. It was like actually nuts. Also to see the inside of that French immersion school.
We didn't even see the whole school. I mean, we only saw like a fourth of it.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm like, hey, that was probably just like the kindergarten, elementary portion of the school. It's
so true.
Crazy.
It was like the way that there were like bridges between like
hanging lamps.
Yeah. I was like, what on earth? You know they're shelling out some serious cash.
Oh, yeah.
To send their kids there.
Yes.
But yeah, that French market was actually incredible. Especially we walked inside and everything just smelled amazing.
Oh my God. It was like the breads, the cheeses. You could smell like someone like making crepes somewhere.
Yes.
And like people were just carrying wine glasses around.
Which that's like my favorite way to live. Yeah. I was like, I love a real glass.
Real glass. It was like 1 p.m. and we were like, let's start with wine.
We're having wine. Perfect. And like being able to like shop around with a glass of wine. How fun. That should be the standard at every place.
I agree.
People would buy more things.
Oh, 100%. Especially just like your arm around like the stem. There's something about it that you're just kind of like,
I'm classy.
What am I buying?
Yeah, literally swirling it around. Oh my God, no, it was so fun. I definitely spent too much money, but worth it.
There were so many good earrings there, like earring haul.
And I think you and I are the same in that, like, I'll never pass up an earring.
It's my favorite, and I hadn't been buying earrings recently,
Really?
and I was like, it's been kind of too many of the same ones in the rotation, so I needed something new.
I feel that. Well, and I think I had to fill the void after losing my cactus earring.
That's really sad.
I'm literally devastated about it. I actually had a dream last night that I found it.
Oh,
I woke up really sad.
Do you know anyone who makes jewelry that could like try to like make a matching earring, not like replicate, but like something that you could then like pair it with?
So true. That'd be cute.
Yeah.
I like don't even know what it's made out of because they're pretty hefty. Like they have some weight to them. I found those at Plume. Have you ever been there?
I haven't, but you talk about it all the time.
My favorite store.
That's in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should actually, a Milwaukee trip would be really fun sometime.
We haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
We've done Madison now. Check.
That was so fun.
that was so smooth for the fact that we were with
there were so
10
many
of
us.
our friends,
Yeah.
I think. Eating, easy.
Yeah.
It was not a hassle.
We got in everywhere.
Everywhere.
Which is actually really surprising, especially because we ate on Willie Street and it was like the Willie Street Fair. But we were able to just seat 10 people at Weary of all places.
I know. They just had room for us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was a crazy dinner. There were so many old fashions on the table.
Oh my God. Yeah, that actually got insane real quick. It was so fun though. Also, that Airbnb situation was fucking hilarious.
It's my favorite Airbnb in Madison
Yeah.
now. Like, they know what they're doing.
Right.
And
so bizarre. It was such a funny little place and like the random hammock.
like, because it was like we were in the basement, you guys were in like the loft that was also a photography studio.
Yeah.
And we would just come up to yours through a staircase that connected us.
So weird.
And like there was a hammock, there was a stage.
Yeah.
There was
a whole stage.
There's a whole stage.
We could do our fashion show on there. And I spent so much money that weekend. It was actually insane.
We did a lot of shopping. Like the French Market had nothing on how much shopping we did. We went to Madison. Literally most of the group had to peel off because we had to continue shopping.
So true. Yeah. Well, in Madison, which I'm actually kind of surprised by this, but so far I feel like nothing tops thrifting in Madison.
I actually really agree with that because I would always go to, what's the one that's on East Johnson that we hit before the fair?
Good Style.
Yes, that's the one that I would always go to. And yeah, there's nothing like that here that's like a good, like I can just pop in every time.
And like curated. Well, they obviously have curated places here, but it's just not the same.
It's not the same. It's not.
And I feel like stuff is marked up here quite a bit.
Oh, for sure. And I'm like, I get it. Like, you gotta make money. You gotta pay the rent.
Yeah, but so true. But yeah, and I love like the mix. You can do like the curated thing, and then you can also pop over to St. Vinny's, all within like walking distance.
And St. Vinny, like they have such good stuff at that one.
They
on
really
Willie
do.
Street. Like such good finds.
I never leave there empty-handed. I'll tell you that.
No, and I am always looking at like the things, like the stuff, like they have like cookware and other things like that they'll have the most wild stuff.
My favorite thing is to always go there after like moving into a new apartment just for like knickknacks. You can like furnish the whole place from there.
Many knickknacks, and they have furniture too, don't they? Which is nice because Goodwill doesn't carry furniture anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's something that they changed during COVID. I don't know if it was like don't have enough people, but like they don't accept furniture donations anymore.
Wow, that's actually really crazy.
I know.
Yeah, I was talking to James yesterday, like kind of, I mean, it makes sense. And what they're doing is a good thing. Obviously, repurposing all the shit that people don't want to use anymore. But like the business model of like a Goodwill or like a St. Vinny's is so crazy. Like you just give us stuff and we will sell it.
Yeah.
Like they don't buy anything. It's just crazy.
No. But like, isn't part of it like they're donating it for the money, most of it? I mean, I hope most of it. I guess I actually don't know how much of it is actually going to like help.
I know. It's so true. Because I think it is supposed to like
it's something like that. But yeah, it's crazy. It's like
just like, whoa. Who came up with that?
Right.
But honestly, it's kind of like that estate sale place you were mentioning today. That place sounds crazy. I kind of want to check it out.
No, it's really crazy because they work with real estate agents.
Yeah,
and then the agent will just be like, this family just wants to give you the whole house, sight unseen. They get sold this house for like everything. Does that mean they
actually buy the property or just everything that's in it?
So I don't know the specifics, but I feel like they're buying everything that's in it. I don't think they buy the property because I think the property then goes to the real estate. Property is crazy.
I know. Renters for life.
Renters for life. It's less work. I'm like literally something broke. I text my landlord like
there is something so nice about that.
This light doesn't work.
Right.
Find an electrician. I won't do it.
No, exactly. I know. The convenience factor of renting is like honestly so hard to give up. I also think we live in a generation, unfortunately, where like owning property is so far outside the realm of possibility that it's not even on my radar.
No, I mean, I just spent a weekend at a friend's who owns like a property, like land and
like
acres. And the whole time I was there, I was like, can't even fathom this in my lifetime.
I know. Well, that's why when you told me that she was our age, I was like, damn, we are living different lives.
Different lives. I know. I'm like, ugh.
But that like literally sounded magical.
It was beautiful. Like just like a barn, you're in nature, all the fall trees, like a lake.
Totally.
We saw some bears.
That's crazy.
I know. They were like cubs and they were really far away. At first I got scared. I was like, are we supposed to run?
Yeah.
Like I forget that there are bears like even in Wisconsin.
Me too.
I don't really see them.
They're like all super up north, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know.
Running into wildlife is crazy, especially like I am a city girl. So when that happens, like I'm like, wow.
I know. Yeah. Even like running into a deer in the city
God,
here, you're like, where'd you come from?
Like literally, what are you doing here?
Even seeing a bunny sometimes, I actually get like so spooked at night because I'm like, what was that? Just a bunny.
Harmless, truly. What was I in the car with you when I saw that fox or whatever yesterday?
No, but I think you texted us that you saw a fox.
It was
didn't
crazy.
You? Was it like just like poking around. How did you know it was a fox?
It was either a fox or coyote. I'm actually not sure which, but it was like on our way home and it just like went running past. I was like, on these city streets.
Okay, apparently one of the cemeteries has like a really big population of, I think it's coyotes.
Crazy.
One of those.
Wait, that's kind of spooky.
Yeah, it's like some cemetery that in the month of October, they were like, oh, you could do a little haunted tour because it's like really old.
Totally.
But they're like, watch out for the coyotes. And I was like, in the city?
Yeah, right. What are you guys doing here? Don't you have better places to hang out?
I guess
well,
not.
Like when we're at James's parents' house, because they bought all that land, they have all these like, they're technically hunter cameras to catch wildlife, but I think now it's also like to monitor their farm cats, because as much as they don't want to become attached to these cats, they like so are.
Wait, so like, do James's parents hunt?
James's dad has like hunted a couple of times since buying the land.
Whoa.
James hunted last year for the first time.
That blows my mind.
Did you not know that?
I did not know that.
So he went hunting for the first time ever last year, and within like the first like, I want to say hour, maybe it was a little more time than that.
Yeah.
First shot, first kill. He killed a deer.
Whoa. How did that feel to him?
So and this is probably, you're going to be like, that's so James. Because I think when I first say that James has gone hunting, people are like, that's not adding up.
No.
But his reasoning for it was, he was like, if I'm going to continue eating meat, I feel like I should at least know what it feels like to like kill an animal.
That's actually really fair because as someone who is also a meat eater, it's like sometimes like maybe I should just take a peek at the process to understand like what I'm taking part in.
I know. And he was like, it definitely wasn't fun, but he was like, we ate the whole thing.
Did they do it? Did they like skin it and things?
Yeah. So basically when they hunt on their land, his dad has been like taking the deer, you like hang it for some reason, like by its legs.
Is it
the
so,
blood
like,
has
the
to like
juice
drain
comes out?
or something.
Oh my God.
And they skin it themselves.
Was that scary? Like,
you like skin it and gut it. He said it smelled really bad.
The smell is honestly maybe the least of my concerns. It's more what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was like, it made me feel a little queasy, but he was like, I was kind of just like head in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And then you have to take them to like get tested or whatever, because deers have that you can. I don't like, remember the name of the virus.
The Lyme's disease situation, or it's a different.
It's something else.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. It has a really specific name. If I said it, you'd probably know. But that'll have to be off pod. But yeah, and so you have to like get it tested, and then once the test comes back, then you can like eat it if you're all good.
Oh my God. Did they like freeze it or like cure it?
I think we still have like, or maybe we just ate the last of it. So we had it for like a full year.
I've never had deer.
I like have had venison a couple times, but few and far in between.
Okay. Does it taste like anything?
It was pretty good. We had like, James made like venison tacos, which was probably a little bit funky because like deer tacos.
I feel like chili
would probably be really good.
Yeah.
The first night that we like ate it, we had a bunch of his friends over to his parents' house, and we just like had like slabs of meat
on the
marinated.
Okay. So where does it land in comparison to turkey for you?
Okay, much better than turkey.
Okay.
I'm just so not a turkey girl. In my opinion, turkey is bland and boring.
It is. My family has not done a turkey for Thanksgiving for years. We do duck.
Okay, I like duck.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Depending on how many people you have, you might have to get 2 ducks because like
fair.
Girls are small.
Yeah. But so true. Yeah.
But like they have flavor.
Okay, that's tea. Yeah, we haven't.
Mix it up.
Yeah.
There's no rule that you have to have Thanksgiving turkey.
My mom sticks to the turkey, and I'm like, so boring. But I love all of the other Thanksgiving foods.
You were saying
I'm a sweet potato girl through and through.
And like I really do want to explore the
Midwest
marshmallow
sweet potato.
Like on top of a sweet potato. Like that's kind of
and like brown sugar. It's so good.
My God. Yeah.
It's so sweet. Well, and on my dad's side of the family, they make like super sweet everything. Like they also make that, oh my God, there's a name for it and I'm not going to remember, but that like fluff. It's like, they call it a salad, but it's like Jello and like marshmallow, and like it's so fluffy and it's usually pink.
Really? Okay, that I haven't been exposed to. Like my first Friendsgiving at UW.
Yeah.
I learned so much about Midwest cuisines.
No, that shit's crazy.
Like the amount of like casseroles.
Oh yeah.
And like casseroles in a way I never understood casseroles, I guess. Or like the like potato casseroles where there were like cheesy potatoes. That's what it was.
I fucking love.
I was like, this
potatoes.
is crazy.
Yeah,
it was so good though. It was so good.
Cheesy potatoes are, and like my friend Jaden, who you know, used to make cheesy potatoes all the time. She would like get the crock pot out and just like that would be like our meal for a week. It was so crazy, but yeah, so bad for you.
I would love to have like a Midwest themed dinner.
That'd be so fun.
And like we could make the fluff.
Yes.
And then I feel like it has to be a casserole that is based off of canned mushroom soup. That's what I've learned is like typically the base.
Yeah, insane.
What else is there? There's so much.
Well, then there's always stuffing. Yeah. Like the cranberry on the side, little cranberry sauce.
Do you do canned or do you do homemade?
My grandma on my mom's side used to make it. And then my grandma on my dad's side usually did the canned stuff. I like both. My grandma's homemade is probably better.
Yeah.
I used to like really love that stuff. And now I've kind of strayed from it a little bit.
Is it because it's too sweet?
Yeah, I think
feel like
so.
As we get older, I'm like less inclined towards sweet things. But I still love sweets. But
I like always want to have, I need a sweet treat still after dinner and stuff. But like, I mean, I even think about that in terms of like breakfast. I used to, I'd be more oriented toward like the sweet, like a pancake or French toast or whatever. And now I'm savory.
That's every time I go to brunch, which as we've talked about doesn't really happen as much in Chicago, but in Madison would happen all the time. It was always like that, like, do I go with the pancake or the waffles, which I know I will like, but I'll get sick of after a few bites.
Exactly.
Or do I get the savory, like delicious eggs? And I think I've just come to the fact that like I just need to order a short stack on the side.
Yeah, literally.
And call it a day.
Exactly. Right. There is no point in depriving yourself.
No, like just get it on the side. It's okay.
I am so sad though about I miss brunch.
And I think we have the power to bring it back.
So true.
And like it's just like there's something beautiful about, and like it could be drinking or not drinking, but we talked about it. Day drinking, so much fun.
So fun.
And then I can come home at like 7 p.m. and watch a movie and go to bed.
So true.
And honestly, you work through your hangover like while you're sleeping. Yeah. And you're gonna wake up fine.
Right. Exactly. Well, and I love like I love a Bloody Mary.
Oh,
that's
spicy
a great way to
Bloody
start.
Mary.
Yeah.
So good. All the things that you can munch on within the Bloody Mary.
Right. It's a meal and a drink.
It's so
incredible.
Good. You don't even taste the vodka.
Genius. No, literally. I actually had a really good Bloody Mary while I was in Nashville. It was really spicy, but that's how I like it.
Ooh. Did it like make your lips feel like they were like...
No, like totally.
Numb? That's the best.
It was also... this never happens to me, but I threw up that morning. Something just
like
must
hungover throw up or like
kind of. It definitely had to do with drinking the previous night, but I also think I was like drinking on a base of sushi. Oh, and I just don't think that quite mixed.
No, I feel like fish and alcohol is not always a great combo.
No. So yeah, so I did barf, and I'm like, and then the next thing I put in my body was this Bloody Mary. So the acidity at first was like actually insane.
Oh my god, you were like, this is too much.
Yeah. But it was really good. I want to explore more Bloody Marys here in Chicago.
Well, I know that there's like lists of places. And that's why when I took you to Tweet, that was
oh my God,
on a list of one of my friends. And I was like, okay, let's check it out.
Tweet.
Tweet, so good. Multiple Bloody Marys. But there's so many.
Yeah.
We got to
we have to explore.
Yeah. Explore. Maybe do a bar crawl.
Oh my God, that'd be so fun. Wow, that'd be so fun. I love Bloody Mary, honestly, at any time of the day, too.
When I was bartending, there would be people who would order Bloody Marys in the evening. And I feel like other servers or bartenders would no,
you get a look. Yeah.
Like you get a look. And I'm like, honestly, girl,
let them live.
It's so good. It's filling.
Yeah.
Like as you know, I hate the taste of alcohol. Like if I taste the alcohol, when I tried your chocolate old fashioned,
I mean, that was the worst thing
I've ever had. It was like a physical reaction of like, this is so bad.
I like alcohol sometimes. I mean, I like my alcohol disguised for the most part.
Exactly. And a tomato juice.
Right. Really does the trick.
It does the trick.
Yeah. The pull the wool over my eyes. That's for sure. Okay. Did you ever have the Bloody Mary because it's contentious. I feel like some people love it. Some people hate it. From Short Stack in Madison.
I think I maybe have, but if I'm being honest, not memorable.
Because it's not like tomato juice based. It's like beet juice.
Oh, then I have not had it because I would have remembered that. I haven't. Did you like it?
It's interesting. It's definitely, if you're craving a Bloody Mary, it's not going to do the trick.
It's not going to do it.
Because it tastes so different.
Okay.
It's like purple.
You know why I haven't had it? Because I just kind of had a thing against short stack.
Did you?
And it was for no reason other than I was like, this is a great brunch spot, but it's not. There are so many other good brunch spots that I don't need to wait in a line for.
No, totally.
And it was the line that I was like, I'm not patient enough for this. And so I never really, I went there maybe once.
Fair. Damn, that's crazy.
I know. And because people loved
go
it.
there a lot. Yeah.
I was more of like marigolds.
I did love marigolds. I actually didn't really discover marigolds until like a little bit later in college.
I mean, I feel like you don't check out the east side until later, which is crazy. And that's also crazy because you guys are from Madison. So I would have like thought that you like kind of like knew the area.
Yeah. And like my friend Sophia worked there for a little bit, but at the time I like didn't really know what it was. And I know also, not to throw shade on marigolds because I fucking love it there and I'm still eating there as it is. But one time Ruth and her mom were there and I think they saw like a rat or a mouse or something.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Flashbacks to that one night at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh my God.
We didn't even see.
No.
We just heard the commotion, but they saw it.
Yeah.
Well,
and then Ruth's mom, classic Laura, she was like, I'm going to say something so we can get our meals for free.
Wait, that's how you do it though. Actually, she's genius. Yeah. Did they?
I think so. Well, I think Ruth was like, Mom, please.
Like you're like, don't make this embarrassing. Yeah. I would be like, you can do, I'm going to wait in the car while you do that.
Are you going to threaten them with a lawsuit? Yeah. Scary stuff. Especially like on such a fine dining establishment. I love marigolds.
I know, it's so good. I definitely would still eat there.
Yeah.
No shame.
Like a mouse is a mouse. Although I don't feel that way about Caesar's. Or maybe I just go back for the bit.
Yeah.
That place was insane.
And I ate that soup that they gave us and I was like, I don't know why, but I really wanted soup at that moment. But
wait, did we get the free soup because of the rat?
Did it happen after? Maybe. And it was like SpaghettiO soup.
Yeah,
like it was like, this is like not like
this is for kids.
Yeah, this is not like it's like any kind of like Mexican-esque soup.
No,
like it was just like
so true.
Tomato sauce soup and spaghetti.
Like soggy noodles. Yeah. So gross. Also, I don't know what was going on with us that day because I just remember feeling absolutely insane.
Well, you guys had those mega margaritas. What were they called?
It was like as big as my head.
No, they were huge. And me and Mackenzie were just over there with our Doritos. Yeah. And I mean, like, I had taken an edible. So, like, I'm like on a different plane from you guys. But, like, tangentially just watching what was happening.
Fucking nuts. I literally felt like I was going crazy. I was like, have we entered into another universe?
Well, then we had the flashing lights above us.
Oh my God, that's right.
Because we were like in our own little table area.
But like at the top of the stairs where everyone could see. It was so strange.
It was a really weird experience.
And our server was weird. Everything was weird.
But it was a story.
Oh my God, it was so fun. Despite there being a rat on the loose.
And like they moved some people from their tables. But we just stayed there.
We stayed put. Which I will say, we were at a high top, so at least we were off the ground.
Actually, maybe that's why they didn't move us. Yeah. We didn't have to worry.
He can't get to us.
I will say there was one time I was at some bar in Brooklyn and we were outside on like the patio area and it was kind of like someone's like stone backyard kind of vibe.
Oh, cool.
It was like pretty homey and all of a sudden a rat just like I hear it and it's just like going around our feet and I didn't know what to do and I just like you have to just lift your legs and hope it goes away and I was like no.
Well, I heard that we recently surpassed New York City in terms of rattiest city in the United States.
I know,
which is fucking
it's
gross.
Really disappointing. I thought we were better than that.
Which I'm actually surprised because in comparison I would say Chicago streets are a lot cleaner.
Yeah, because like we have the alleys to hide all the trash and like they keep the trash off the ground mostly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're just coming from like inside the houses.
Right. Oh my God, that's an
which
awful
is
thought.
Scary.
Yeah, really terrifying. I feel like that's why I could never live in like a basement apartment.
No, and then I I never thought much of like how the cons to a basement apartment, like a garden unit, until Andy told me his experience in Madison. He was like, never do it. And he was like, it floods, all the bugs go to your apartment, like everything. Like oh
my God, bugs alone. No thanks.
No. And it's just like damp. And don't do it.
And you can't really see the sun.
No. And I think that would actually really hurt.
No, I think that would really affect me. There was one time you met my friend Abby.
Yes.
We went to visit her in Mizzou, and because that's where she went to school. It was after study abroad, so probably our senior year. And this girl was living in this apartment that was in the basement, and it had no windows, like literally no windows. And it also didn't have a living room. It was like kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. It was like this weird dungeon. I was like, Abby, we have got to get you out of here, girl. Like this is so crazy.
Not a single window. You don't even know what's happening outside.
No.
How do you get dressed for the day?
No, literally. I was like, this is actually crazy that you have been living down here for like several months. Are you okay?
Was she okay?
Yeah. Somehow.
She made it out.
Yeah. It was like actually the craziest place I've ever been. I was like, I don't know how you're doing this, girl. I have to be able to see the outside.
That's crazy that there were no windows. I had a friend who purposefully chose a room between roommates. The room had no windows. But what
Who would want that?
What she did to remedy that, which I thought was even funnier, was she got this huge decal of a window looking out onto a forest that she put on one of the walls.
That is like apocalyptic.
I know. And there were like deer in it. And I was like, that's the most Ohio thing you could have done. like there had to be deer outside of the window.
Crazy. I actually got served an Instagram ad recently that was like for basically like an electric window. Like it was
what does that mean?
It was like a LED display that was supposed to look like outside.
Yeah, that is like giving apocalyptic for sure.
It's like so dystopian.
They're like, there's actually going to be no outside to look at anymore soon. So take this in.
It's crazy. Like that's the type of thing I feel like. Who needs that unless you literally live in like a bunker?
Yeah. And like, I don't know. Do we need to do that soon?
Am I supposed to be burrowing underground?
Am I supposed to be repairing a bunker?
Crazy. Yeah. Well, and I think it's funny that they try to disguise garden units as nice by using the word garden. It's like, girl, that's basement.
It's basement. Yeah. It's sublevel. Yeah. Like we're like, you're in the ground.
Really?
Garden.
Right. Nice try.
Nice try.
I also have such a bad habit of like, if I'm walking on the street, those are the apartments I'm looking.
No, me too.
I'm looking and I'm seeing.
And I think about it all the time. I'm like, do strangers ever like tap on your window?
Oh, scary.
Not like, obviously, like, I don't think that's something we would do, but like, I don't know, like crazy people who are like on the street just terrifying. Like being menacing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like,
scary.
I would be so scared. I feel like I would.
Well, and just like if you're lower than eye level, like people, I don't want you seeing into my space.
People who have their windows open that are in garden units, I'm like you're brave. Behavior. Yeah, like you're letting people see it.
Yeah. And they're
seeing everything.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I love looking at people's apartments when I'm walking past, but I'm also like, I shouldn't be doing this. Avert your gaze.
No, I love it too. And my parents used to chastise me for it all the time. Yeah. And like one thing I hate about being the driver sometimes when I'm driving is that like I can't be the one looking into the houses. True. But like you can like get a taste of like what their like interior style is, like what they did with the space.
If they have pets.
Honestly, I love judging apartments too when I do that. Oh, which ones are the ones where you're like, no?
I feel like for me, honestly, any of like apartments around here that are more modern, and then you look inside and they just have like that super minimalist aesthetic, which is just not my fucking vibe.
Where it's just like obviously cold and metal. Yeah, those are the ones I look down on too.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, that says a lot about you as a person.
Yeah, it kills me inside when you see them like tear down a historic house to build one of those, and you're like, it's so ugly.
And they all look the exact same.
And they're all white and gray.
Yes,
which is so sad.
The two worst colors.
The worst colors. Like, don't do it.
No. Yeah, and they all have like metal and glass. Also, I always think it's so interesting people who want to live in like a majority glass apartment.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Like, everyone can see.
No, everyone can see.
You are on display.
You're on display, and then at night you can't see who's seeing you.
Yeah,
because
scary.
Oh my gosh, no! When I had to house sit for my aunt, like the back of her house is largely just like floor to ceiling glass, and it was like just me by myself in this big house for a month in like dead of winter too. So there's something that's giving like the Shining vibe about it. Which I I couldn't watch a single scary movie while I was there because any sound I heard, I was like, what was that?
100%.
But at night, they have like a really big backyard. And I'd be like, anybody could be standing there right now and watching me. And there's no blinds that I can put down.
Yeah. James's parents' house, their new house is kind of like that. And they're like, we aren't going to get curtains because like we're in the middle of nowhere. And I'm kind of like, but we just don't know.
You just don't know. There's something like Parasite shining. Like there's something that it's just like, people it's spooky. It's spooky. And I like spooky, but not that kind of spooky.
Yeah, right. I like why spooky to come from Netflix.
Yeah.
Not real life.
I want it to be like kind of silly spooky. Like make me laugh a little. Campy.
Well, okay, you're like my horror movie queen. I'm trying to get back into horror films.
Okay.
Because I feel like for a little while I actually got pretty scared and I kind of like waned off of them.
That's fair.
And this year I watched, James and I decided there's like a level between like actual horror that's kind of just spooky.
Yeah.
And I think that's my safe space. I like it there. But like, what are your favorite spooky movies?
Well, first give me a taste of like, what are the ones that you've enjoyed? So I can give you like recs that I won't scar you with.
Yeah. Well, okay. I feel like for me now, I'm less into like slasher stuff. I used to watch those kind of movies all the time. And I think I was getting some nightmares for sure.
Fair.
And so now we started watching like some of the more like slow burns. We watched Rosemary's Baby this year and I was like, spooky.
I've actually never seen that one.
It's good.
Okay.
Super slow burn. It's definitely more suspense than anything else.
Okay.
And like a lot of it had to do with like the music and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I like old horror too because something about it just feels less, the production value isn't as good.
So you're not as scared. I agree. I can't watch paranormal and especially not like these days paranormal movies because it's just too real.
Too much. Yeah.
I can't do
fucking
it.
terrifying.
I can't. So I don't do paranormal when it comes to spooky.
I like don't mind paranormal, but
you're brave.
Yeah. But yeah, like the classic like just a scary guy. Like I'm not really watching those anymore.
Fair. I think for me, I really like the campy ones that are kind of funny or like when they're
if it's funny.
Yes. If it's like
Scream.
It's like a slasher movie, but it's like aware of itself within the trope and like playing off of itself.
Yeah.
And there's so many smaller ones that I feel like people don't talk about as much.
Yeah.
But have been out for a little bit now. Like there's The Babysitter on Netflix.
Okay.
And the second one actually has Jenna Ortega in it.
Oh, really?
Pre-Wednesday fame.
Okay. I think I saw the original Babysitter.
Okay.
And I like that one.
And it's funny. And it's almost like comic-like.
Yeah.
With like how they do some of the shots. And the second one is just as funny. And there's also a movie called The Final Girls.
Okay, I've never
I don't
heard of
know
that.
what that's on right now. It was on Hulu at one point, but it was basically a girl's mom who is an actress like passed away in a car accident and she was like still grieving her mom's death. But she was like a really shitty actress. Like she played in like really bad movies because she couldn't get better roles.
Totally.
And so something happens. They're like watching the movie in a theater, whatever. They end up inside of that movie that her mom played in. So she's seeing her mom playing a character in this like shitty movie. And the movie is like one of those really bad, like almost porny 70s, 80s slasher films set at a camp.
Oh my God, hilarious.
Where all the counselors are like, you know, like doing it and then dying.
Okay, totally.
And like they need to survive and they've seen the movie so they know it's gonna happen, but like they're stuck in a loop. Yeah. So that one is really fun. And there's some actors in it that you'll recognize. Like the protagonist is Tessa Farmiga.
Oh yeah.
First season of American Horror Story.
Yes.
She is Scream Queen for sure.
Yeah, totally.
So there's that one. Another one that I think is really funny is Tragedy Girls.
Okay.
Have you heard of it? Mm-mm. Okay, that one has been on Hulu for a while, so it might still be there. It's about these two girls who are psychotic.
Totally.
And so they have like a kind of like a crime podcast, but it's like a crime Twitter. Okay. And they're trying to like, you know, talk about what's going on and like get like a social media following off of it too. And like very like,
I see,
like these days, like wanting to get famous, wanting to get likes. And so they start murdering people.
Oh my God.
To supplement their account. And they're just like these two girls and they act so blasé and they're just like teenage girls just trying to like up their social media presence.
Oh my God.
And
insane.
It's really crazy and funny.
That's honestly just a funny read on current
exactly
pop culture.
Exactly. So that one's good.
That's fun.
Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah.
What's his name? Is in that, actually.
No way.
Yeah, it's like the weirdest role that he plays.
I can't picture him.
Because he's playing like a high school student. And I'm like, aren't you like 35 at this
Yeah,
point?
literally. Oh my God. He does have a baby face though.
Yeah, he does. But that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a lot of those funny ones.
Do you do you watch any of the like super, I feel like the ones that are always like held as in regard as like most scary, like Hereditary and stuff like that?
I refuse to watch Hereditary because it's paranormal and it's going to make me so scared. I can't do it. And also I think I'm not loving the A24 trauma with horror because it's just too much.
No, it is. It's overwhelming.
I'm like, okay, so this is like actual real life themes of trauma, but like
so true
personified as horror, and actually it's really upsetting and I can't
like disturbing.
Mackenzie loves it, and she tried to invite me to a movie and I was like, girl, I'm gonna have my eyes closed the whole time. I can't.
That is honestly how I have to watch scary movies sometimes, is like through my fingers.
That's how I watch The Shining. Have you seen The Shining?
Yeah,
that movie,
I actually love The Shining.
And I love it too. Yeah. And I rewatched it at Logan Theater because they were doing a reviewing. And I was like, I'm not going to get scared this time. Yeah. Like, I've seen it, so I know what's going to happen. I way overshot it because the sound is so scary. Yeah. And that's how they get you.
No, totally. They like had that down pat. They knew what they were doing.
Like if you watch it on silent, not that scary.
Right. Which is true for most horror.
Yeah, that's true.
What about like X, Pearl?
Okay, love those.
Same.
And I think that's also because there's like female rage in that, which is, I think, nice to see in horror, actually. The third one should be coming out soon.
I know, I'm excited.
But which one did you like better? Did you like X or Pearl better?
That's hard.
I know.
I actually don't know. I think maybe Pearl.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that sentiment, even though X was like the first one.
Yeah. They were both so good though. Like,
yeah.
She's a scream queen too.
She is. Mia Goth. Yeah. A24 loves Mia Goth.
They really do.
They love her. They're like, let's keep her on the payroll forever.
When I told you that guy from my high school is in Pearl.
Yes, which that was crazy.
Yeah, Alistair.
Like, good for him.
Well, because I'm literally watching the movie and he's just at the very end, like he's like the husband returning from war or whatever.
Wait, that's the character he played?
Yeah. So he like comes back and then like gets exploded or whatever, like the bomb goes off. And
spoiler alert.
Yeah, literally. So true.
It's on you if you haven't watched it yet.
And I was like, oh my God, is that Alistair? And James was like, no, like there's no fucking way.
That's so James to be like, definitely not. Like logically, there's no way.
And I was like, no, I swear that it looks just like him. And he was like in all of our high school plays and stuff. Like truly, I mean, he was a great actor even in high school as a kid. That's and so then the credits roll and sure fucking enough,
there's his name.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
So then I reached out to him on Instagram and I was like, oh my God,
were you in this?
You're literally in this movie. And then he was like, oh yeah, like crazy, like I haven't even seen it yet because it was like not out. I think he lives in New Zealand or Australia. He's like, not out here yet.
How did he get how was he in it if he lives like not even here?
So crazy.
Okay, good for him. I hope he gets in on more like of the action.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Wait, have you ever seen Death Becomes Her?
Okay, no, but it is coming to a play here in Chicago.
They made it a play.
So I think I want to watch it. Yeah. Yes. I think it's a musical.
Oh my God.
I'm not positive on that, but
okay, I have been.
We should go to that.
Okay, I'm down.
That'd be so fun.
I kind of love how they've been like remaking certain movies into musicals because Heathers is one that they did that with.
Oh, that'd be really fun as musical.
And that's been like, that was one of my favorite movies. Also kind of like horror but campy.
Yeah.
And so many people didn't know what it was, and I love the musical.
That was your Halloween costume this year.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was the Red Heather.
Yeah.
But it was like, so many people found out what Heathers was because the musical came out. And I was like, yes.
I just watched that movie with James like last year for the first time.
What'd you think?
It's so good.
It's so good. And like the color in it is so fascinating.
Yeah. Plus it's always fun to like see all those old like mod homes.
So crazy. So crazy. Okay, but yeah, Death Becomes Her, such a good movie because it's Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn,
like that's all I needed
Bruce
to hear.
Willis when he still had hair.
Totally.
So early days.
Seriously. I love Meryl Streep. Anything she does, that woman, anything she touches turns to gold.
I know. Okay, what's your top Meryl Streep movie?
Okay, probably Devil Wears Prada. I just think that she plays that character so fucking well.
Yeah.
She also looks stunning in that movie.
She's very poised, which I appreciate.
I also really love her. I mean, obviously, Mamma Mia, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
She made me like want to try overalls in my closet.
Totally.
I was like, I can rock an overall.
And like grow my hair out to my ass and just be a hippie and stop wearing shoes.
Yeah. Did that happen?
No.
But I can dream.
Move to Greece. Yeah. But those movies are so good. Plus the soundtrack is obviously iconic. She was in, I don't know if you watch Only Murders in the Building.
I was going to bring that up because that's what she was just in.
Yeah.
I do watch it.
She's like hilarious in that. She's so good.
I feel like that was her silliest role that she's played in a long time.
Same.
And I'm like, I hope you had fun.
And she's like doesn't do TV a ton.
No.
Did you ever watch, oh my God, what is that show called?
Was she in it?
Yeah, she's like the crazy grandma.
Crazy grandma.
Shoot.
Is it old?
It's like it's older. It's like mid 2000s. It's one of those. It's from a book. Oh my God, why am I drawing
From
literally such a blank?
I like, and I
it's
watched
with Shailene
so
Woodley.
Oh wait, The Secret Life of American Teenager?
No.
I was like,
oh my God, if Meryl Streep was in that, girl, I'd be
that's what I'm
concerned.
saying. I was like, that was one of those like shitty ABC Family shows.
I'm literally drawing such a blank right now, and I don't have my cell phone. Otherwise, I'd look it up. But it's you would know it.
I would know it. We'll talk off screen.
Yeah. It's a good show. Second season. It's only 2 seasons long. It completely falls off in the second season. But she's like the grandma and you like hate the character. But then you're like, but it's Meryl Streep.
You're like, I can't
But
hate
she just
her.
plays it so well, you know?
Oh my gosh. Okay. See, I love when characters are good at playing characters that you hate.
Right. Like if you actually hate them, you're like, wow, you're really doing something.
Yeah. Except when they always play those kind of characters and I'm like, well, now I kind of just hate you as a person. And I don't know if that's actually like valid. Like Jacob Elordi, I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about you. You
That's
play so many
fair.
sus characters.
Have you seen Priscilla?
Not yet, but I really, really want to.
So do I. We should do that soon too.
Yes. I'm down. I mean, Sofia Coppola.
I know. Incredible.
Please.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like it's always so funny if you're like typecast as a bully. Like if that's like the role you play in every show, like do you just suck? What's going on there?
Do you just like being a bully on screen because you're actually the nicest person in real life?
So true.
We'll never know.
So true. Yeah.
Who do you think is secretly like a really mean person in Hollywood?
Oh, we have a podcast guest. Hi, Misho. He always likes to get on the pod at around this time.
Oh, good for him.
Okay, that's a good question. God, that's hard to say. I feel like honestly, probably most of them are assholes, but
I know, right?
Yeah.
And you hate to admit it. Like even the ones that you love, you're like, oh,
I know, like never meet your heroes type of vibes.
literally.
I like it's so interesting because I feel like now you see so much more of everybody that it's probably harder like be an asshole.
Yeah,
like behind the scenes.
I agree.
But at the same time, like everyone probably just pays a ton for PR. Like who knows?
I know. I think PR is crazy.
Well, I feel like I've been paying attention to it a little bit more with like what's going on with Britney and Justin because Justin's PR campaign, they've really been trying to like, it's just crazy.
And I had no idea that he canceled his tour because of it.
At least like several of the dates, but I want to say it was like the whole tour. And I think because he had 2 things going on. They were going on like a reunion tour with NSYNC.
Oh, that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people have been waiting for that.
Right. And I feel like honestly, he knew the book was coming out, which is maybe why they scheduled that tour. It was like supposed to get in good graces.
I don't like that.
Same. And then like they turned off all the comments on his Instagram. Then they like left the country.
They left the country.
Him and Jessica Biel were like, we got to get out of here.
Oh my God. Also, Jessica Biel, she's someone where I'm like, I don't know about you.
Yeah, kind of same. Well, and like, she's like kind of sticking up for him, which I'm like, I guess maybe you would, ride for your man, but like maybe everyone is on Britney's side.
Yeah, like maybe read the book.
Yeah, right. Literally. So true. At least listen to the audiobook, girl.
At least the audiobook.
It's free.
It's free and 5 hours apparently.
Yeah, that's actually really short. I did hear that the book is pretty a fast read.
Okay, that makes it more doable for me because I cannot do nonfiction. Yeah. I like immediately pass out.
Okay, I'll have to give you some nonfiction that I think you'll like. Do you like what about if it's funny? What if there's humor?
If it's funny, I'm down.
Okay.
If I'm laughing, if it's too factual, even though I'm like such a logical person.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
I immediately snoozeville.
But I guess because then books can be more of like an escape for you.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I mostly read fiction, but I've actually gotten into nonfiction in the last couple of years.
Like memoirs or what?
I love a memoir. I also like do you know the author Samantha Irby?
No, not at all.
She's like also a TV writer. She's like really funny on the internet. Her Instagram's hilarious. She actually is one of the writers on the Sex and the City reboot and Just Like That.
Have you watched and Just Like That?
I haven't.
Did you watch Sex and the City?
And I watched all of Sex and the City. I kind of want to do a rewatch of Sex and the City before getting into it and Just Like That. I actually don't think I would have watched the reboot, but the way Samantha Irby talks about it in her books makes me kind of want to watch it, because she's like making fun of it, but also trying to like honor its history. And I don't think it's going that great, but I think she like knows that. She was like saying like, I want to make Carrie Bradshaw like have diarrhea. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Did you have diarrhea in the?
I don't know.
That's hilarious
yeah.
Because I feel like she was always like kind of an untouchable character in that show. Like you couldn't have anything that bad happen to her.
Exactly.
She would just mess up her own life.
Right. Right. With boys. But yeah, so we'll see. But she's really funny, and she has like a really unique writing style too. I'll have to like lend you some of her books.
Yes.
She's hilarious. So and hers are nonfiction, mostly about like her own life, but like it's like super sporadic. Like sometimes it'll be like a chapter of like lists of her favorites, like Dave Matthews Band songs.
Okay.
And she knows that liking Dave Matthews Band is fucking chuggy, but she's like, yeah, I can't help it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it'll be like her talking about like her early days, like where she was like doing a bunch of party drugs and like in the gay club scene, you know?
Oh my
like,
God,
it's
that must
really
have been crazy.
Yeah. So like that's entertaining nonfiction.
Okay. I'm down for that. That also is, like, I feel like it would keep me on my toes, which I need to stay awake. Like I literally will fall asleep.
I totally understand. Wow, you're being crazy right now.
No, I love it.
Show.
Here's much attention.
But I also feel like recently I've gotten into like some of because I read Jeanette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mom Died.
So I tried because famously don't like my mom. Totally. And so I was like, okay, I could get into this. Totally. And it's okay. She doesn't listen to podcasts.
Totally. She won't be. She's not a fan.
She's not a fan. And I couldn't get past the first chapter.
Yeah.
And it was really hard for me, but I wanted to.
It was a hard book, honestly, to read, but it definitely started an interest in me in like what actually is going on behind the scenes of like all these like Hollywood child stars,
especially
which
in
is
the
how
2000s.
I feel about Britney too. Yeah,
like that was crazy. Like the Zoe 101 stuff that came out.
Oh my God, just nuts.
I know.
Yeah. So I'm like excited to explore Britney's memoir.
Okay.
The other memoir I picked up recently, just because I literally think she's such an anomaly, is Julia Fox.
She is a character.
She's just so interesting to me, and I know that she like had a history in like sex work. And she was like a dominatrix.
Yeah.
So I'm so curious what her memoir has to say.
My favorite thing about her is when she did her apartment tour on TikTok. Yes. I was like, I just need to see that other people do also live this way.
No, her place was a fucking mess. I was like, thank God.
I was like, I love this.
That's real.
That's so real. Yeah. That makes me feel better when my place is a mess and I'm like, I'm actually just going to bed.
Literally. I know there is this guy on TikTok who actually kind of inspired me. It was like a hack for like getting yourself to actually like do things.
Oh my God.
And he was like, I think it started as like for working out or something, which isn't really how I apply it to my life, obviously. But he kind of just started using it in everything. It's like, if it takes less than 2 minutes, you should just do it right away.
Okay.
So he's like, doing the dish. If it takes less than 2 minutes, just do it right away. Like, get it done. Same thing with like washing your face before bed.
It's the washing the face before bed that gets me, especially like last night, like coming back from a concert. Yeah. I'm like, I just want to lay in bed. I
made that my New Year's resolution like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've actually stuck to it.
Really?
And I'm loving it.
Okay. Maybe... Hey, New Year's is coming up. Yeah. Maybe that should be my resolution.
I was really like, girl, this year you're washing your fucking face. And I've literally stuck to it. I don't think I've gone to bed one single time without washing my face.
Okay, wow.
And like my skin's so much happier. And now I actually really look forward to like taking all my makeup off at the end of the night. Yeah. Like I just really look forward to that.
It just feels nice.
Feels awesome. I can't believe that I used to sleep in that.
Oof.
Which I don't wear makeup as often anymore either with working from home.
Oh, that's one thing I love about working from home.
Same. It's awesome. Like I just like I can't imagine going in every day and I was doing a full face and clothes. No. Real clothes.
And then you just feel like your face feels tired from holding all that makeup all day.
Like that can't be good for us.
No, for sure not.
Chemicals.
No, it's bad so things. Bad. And then you can have like, oh, it's a no camera day for me. Yeah. And it's like you're on your period, you're breaking out and you're like, I don't even have to cover this up.
Are still on.
Pajamas still on. Yeah. Heating pad on.
Okay, but I think you and I both talked about this. You're like you get up and get on the laptop.
Yeah, I know that I shouldn't, but it's like I want to hold on to like every bit of sleep that I can.
Same.
And my mornings,
break that habit.
I don't know. And Kyle has done a really good job of it. He said he like has 2 hours to himself before he starts the workday.
That's so inspiring.
Which is crazy. And I'm kind of want to check in on him. I'm like, okay, now that daylight savings has happened, is that still the case? I don't know.
So true.
But yeah, no, I just like roll out of bed. I'll maybe do connections.
Oh my God,
hilarious. And then log on.
That's it. Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm the same, and I like don't want to be this way.
I don't know how to break it.
Same.
We'll also do stay up late.
I do.
And I think that me too.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like, well, I need to stay up so I can do stuff. But I'm like, well, if I go to bed when I'm actually tired, I could wake up earlier and maybe like do stuff feeling better.
Yeah, I know exactly. Well, and I think some of it for me, like part of staying up late is like, it's like toxic. It's like a toxic, like I don't want tomorrow to come yet. So I'm going to stay up late as long as I can.
It's what is it called? Like revenge.
Yeah.
Procrastination.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so real.
It's stupid.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I'm like self-sabotaging, but
it feels so good in the moment. You're like, no, I'm gonna keep going. Especially if you're like on like Reels or TikTok.
Dangerous.
And next thing it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, whoa.
I know. I'm so bad about that. Like it's honestly crazy how much time I can kill on those apps.
Have you gotten better? I know that was also like a goal.
I honestly think I have. I come and go in waves.
Okay.
Like there'll be weeks where I like won't touch my TikTok app, and then once I'm back on it, I'm on it.
You're on it
for several hours at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you try that thing that James has where you breathe before you open it?
So I did download it. I never actually put it on any of my apps, but I kind of decided like with work that would probably suck because I do have to go on all those apps.
Okay, I think that's what's hard for like you, Evan, Mackenzie. Like your jobs are literally revolve around Instagram, and so you're on the platform to begin with.
Yeah.
Versus like I have no business being on those platforms during the workday.
Yeah, I do kind of wish that I could spend less time on Instagram, specifically Instagram. I'm like, I just am on here all damn day.
Are you like tired of Instagram?
Yeah. And it makes it much harder to like, I don't ever feel like posting on my own Instagram anymore. Same thing for like my podcast. I'm like, the last thing I feel like doing is self-promotion.
Yeah. What's hard is like posting photos.
Yeah.
I will post my story every day.
Same.
I do it constantly. I was like, the last thing I posted like photo wise, I think was like a year and a half ago.
Damn, that's crazy.
And no regrets.
Yeah, I know. And I kind of feel like that's like the direction the platform's moving in anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like that's the main thing I check versus scrolling through the feed.
And because then when you scroll through the feed, I mean, you also get ads when you're scrolling through the stories now.
Yeah.
Which is devious of them.
I know. They're just infiltrating.
God, and they get me. And the thing is, like, I literally work in tech and I know exactly what they're doing and I fall for it every time.
Me too. It's too hard not to.
But also it's like I do like getting personalized. Like that's actually exactly what I needed.
Know. Same. I feel mixed about it because on the one hand I'm like, okay, yeah, they literally know every single thing about me and that is scary. But at the same time they are serving me things that I want to see.
It's a little less work for us.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And sometimes they're serving like smaller companies.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah. I feel like they've gotten much better about that over the years.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like they know if you like that stuff. Like if you like shopping small.
Honestly, that's so true. I wonder if people who don't like to shop small never see that.
Right.
Because that's all I get.
Yeah, same. Which is good.
Yeah.
Like I can
We're
get
good
behind
people
that.
for that.
I'm going to support that. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
We're spending our money wisely.
Yeah. Don't forget Small Business Friday? Or is it
Small Business
Saturday?
Saturday. I think.
Coming up.
Yeah. I know.
Get ready.
Insane. Do you Black Friday shop?
I've literally growing up, my family never did. Like they never understood the consumerism of it. I think they were like, I don't. And then once it became an online thing too, it's like, I don't know, just like order what you need online. But if you don't need anything, don't buy anything.
Yeah. Once it became online, I feel like that was so much better. Cause I do remember, I would say my family was the same. We didn't really participate, but like some of my aunts and uncles and friends, like
would line up.
It would like bleed into Thanksgiving.
No, like you'd have to go line up after dinner. It was really crazy. And like, do you remember those videos that you would see of once they'd open the doors and people like
some people got like trampled,
which is crazy.
Like over deals.
Oh, like the deal's probably not that good.
Literally,
I think that's the other thing. I feel like Black Friday nowadays worse deals than it used to be.
Oh, for sure.
Like I'm like you're actually not
No.
You're not trying to get in the black with these prices.
Right.
Like.
Exactly. That's so true. Well, I feel like it was so like, especially like that was like the big time to get like electronics.
Yes.
New TVs, or you're getting the latest PlayStation or whatever it is that you're into. And now I feel like those deals have really, that's not as crazy.
It's not worth it. I'll like flag them and be like, okay, I want to like see if it's a good deal. But if it's not, then I'm like, I file it away. So do you have anything on your list that you're like going to check out for Black Friday?
The only thing that I'd be interested in is getting a nice vacuum.
Ooh, that's
which I feel like is like I feel so adult.
Is it like the like rechargeable, no cord?
I want cordless, and also we've also talked about maybe getting a Roomba. I feel mixed about them.
Do you think the cats would like it?
I like don't know, because cat hair is so crazy in this house. Like we vacuum at least once a week, and it's so annoying.
Once a week?
Honestly, sometimes more.
Wow.
And like he rips his hair out, so which I don't know why he does it. I'm like, does he have terrible anxiety? Like he'll just like take his hair out. It's crazy. But they said he doesn't seem that anxious. Oh my god, he's being so weird. I don't know why his literal toes are on you.
I love that. Yeah. I love that he just extends his limbs.
Well, and he loves to be belly up, which most cats don't, but he like loves it.
He's safe.
Yeah. He really is so safe here.
Oh my god. No, that's the dream, getting one of those. Whenever I see one of our friends has one of those vacuums, like the Dyson,
right,
whatever, that's living.
So I think that could be fun, but we'll see. I'm not like super pressed to get it. If I was going to spend money on something, I think it would be that.
Yeah.
I think next on the list, though, I do want to get James and I a new mattress too.
Ooh, we were talking about, would you do one of those like Helix, like the ones that like mail it to you, the trendy ones?
I would be down to try them, because those are also honestly pretty reasonably priced.
Are they actually?
In comparison, mattresses can get pricey.
What's like
they can, like those mail it to you ones are like typically like $600-ish. Okay. And then like big like normal mattresses are like $1,000. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which is pricey. I mean, the cost you pay to get a good night's rest.
Oh my god, literally. Isn't like just the concept of having a good mattress crazy? It's like I'm choosing how I'm gonna sleep.
I'm choosing what I'm doing for 8 hours of my night every night. Like, it's crazy.
Don't choose wrong.
Yeah, straight up. And the mattress we have right now is hand me down, so it's probably time to get an upgrade.
She's old. She's seen it all.
She really has. And it's like one of those like spring. It's like old
school.
Do
you hear it? Like you get in there.
She's loud. I wouldn't say I get into bed and I'm like, ooh, yay.
It's time.
And I would love to feel that. I would love to experience that.
You should see if like you can get a referral code for Helix from somebody. Doesn't Grace have one?
So true.
I don't know. Check that out.
Yeah. I feel like, and that's like their whole thing. It's
maybe
like,
the Chase Sapphire card has a deal with Helix.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. They have deals at the ass.
So good. You have to use them. Honestly, I'm waiting for them to have a GoPuff deal.
So true.
That's what they're missing, and that's the hole I need filled.
Yeah. Annie's the one who taught me how to use my puff points.
It's so important.
It really changed the game for me.
Yeah.
Because I had a hella points.
Like, you needed to use them. And, like, it could even just be getting, like, a free pint of ice cream. You're, like, sold.
No, that's great.
I want it.
Who doesn't want that?
Who doesn't want that?
Well, Annie, thank you for coming on this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
This was like so fun. You have to come again.
We had a whole weekend this weekend. It was very enjoyable. It was so nice. We had a little day drinking yesterday. Super fun.
And it was like the perfect day for it.
It was. Thank you for
having me. Today's the perfect day to record a pod.
And then go and relax on.
Yes. Have a little Sunday.
A little Sunday
moment. Well, this was so fun. I knew I was going to get you on here eventually.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. We'll have to do this again soon.
So down.
You're not off the hook now because you did a great job.
Okay, just short notice.
Oh, and before I forget, I usually like to wrap up with Rose and a Thorn.
Ooh, I love that. Okay.
And we can do it over like the last week.
Okay. Rose and a Thorn. I think my rose was going to Aubrey's friend's house in New Jersey.
Absolutely.
It was just like you're in a house, but it feels like a cabin. Fire crackling all
like heaven
hours.
On earth.
It was I felt at peace.
There's something
so
about a fire that really does it.
And like I was gonna wear different pants, but I haven't done any of my laundry. Totally. And everything just smells like bonfire right now.
Oh my god, yeah.
And so I was like, I can't wear those.
That like reminds me of pandemic times. I don't know if you guys were doing that, but I was at fires constantly. I feel like that's all I did. Everything I owned smelled like campfire because it was like the only way to hang out with people.
I actually didn't. That's living in the pandemic.
It was crazy. Like,
who had fire pits that you knew?
It was like some of our college friends had fire pits, and then like even to hang out with like James's parents, like we were just always. I mean, it would be like 30 degrees and we're outside like bundled up.
Hey, we're doing that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're doing it tomorrow, so bundle up.
So true. So true.
But so that was Rose. Thorn, that's always a hard one. I'm like, what even happened this week? It was a blur. Oh my God. It was probably, so I flew standby to New York and back.
Okay.
And so I was like gambling, but it was also the New York Marathon that weekend. So there's a lot of people flying in and out. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we were flying out on Tuesday and the flights were looking really bad. And Aubrey and Zoe were taking the last flight out. And that one was looking like nothing had seats left. And so I was like, okay, I think I have to fly out of LaGuardia instead, which I prefer.
Yeah.
Love LaGuardia.
It really is nice.
You should do it. And if you're visiting Brooklyn, better.
Yeah. That's where we flew into.
Yeah.
When we went to go see Paul. And it was nice.
It's so nice. And it's so quick to get to Brooklyn.
And they like just redid it or something.
It's beautiful. The like falling water in the middle of
God, I know.
It's so funny. Crazy. It's hilarious. But and so I was like, okay, I just gotta take an earlier flight out of LaGuardia. And Sam and Zahn, Sam like was gonna pick us up and drop us off at the airport. Okay. So I had to pay for $100.20 Lyft to take me to LaGuardia because there was just no efficient way to get it. Like just wasn't worth it. Like it was just at some point you'd have to take a car, just take it. And then
that sucks.
But then the thorn was that they must have like switched the plane because then there were 20 open seats on Zoe and Aubrey's flight and I could have not paid that much money.
Oh my God, that makes it even worse.
And that's like a rule of thumb with flying standby. Like just don't check. Like once you've made that choice, you can't go back and look because you're not gonna like what you see.
Sunken cost fallacy.
Oh God, that was a thorn. I was like, I really didn't want to pay that money. And it was like the shittiest car too, like the engine, you could hear it. I was like, are we about to give out on this highway?
That was from one airport to the other?
No, that was from like the suburbs of New Jersey to LaGuardia.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. That was a thorn.
That totally sucks.
What was yours?
Okay, I think for me, I'll start with my thorn.
Yeah.
Thorn of this week was honestly probably the funeral that we had to go to. It was sad. Obviously, that's just hard.
Was it like close family?
It was James's uncle.
That is hard.
And he, I mean, love him. He was like he was like the light of the room all the time. He was hilarious, always cracking jokes, and he suffered a stroke. So
it was like sudden, which I think is really hard to process.
Yeah. Well, he actually suffered a really bad stroke last year, and he was like in rehab all of this year. And then complications. So really sad.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful ceremony, all things considered, and like a nice celebration of life.
That's good. I like when it's more like talking about happy memories and like what a wonderful person they are.
Totally. Like that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
So as sad as it was, like, you know, I think it was needed for closure for the family and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I would say my rose was honestly probably the French market yesterday.
That was great. Year 20 is next year. Yeah. We're going to hit it hard.
You have to assume they'll do something cool for the 20th anniversary.
They have to.
So I actually can't wait.
I mean, that little French chef who was just making sandwiches.
I only understood about half of what he said, maybe not even.
No.
But whatever he was concocting, also insane that man paid $60 for those sandwiches.
When he said 60, I looked over and I was like, there's no way. Did he buy more things?
Right.
No, he just bought the sandwich.
And I will say, I've never seen so many things put on a sandwich in my life.
It was actually like a platter in a sandwich
on 2 slabs of bread.
Like I don't know how you were supposed to consume. Like
me neither.
What a different taste in every bite.
Well, right, and it wasn't like mixed up, so I just feel like the front half of the sandwich probably tasted so different from
the back half.
Like it was like so crazy. I was like, this is actually 10 sandwiches in one.
We were just surrounded by like French speakers. It felt very fancy.
It did. Something about the French language. I just feel like it's so like bougie.
It's like demure.
Yeah, so true. So yeah, that was so fun. And I think similarly, like I had no idea what I was walking into. So God, it was just a blast.
We love it.
I can't wait to go next year.
It's going to be such a good time. I might honestly buy their poster next year.
No, and they're so cute.
Yeah.
And I think we should actually probably sit down in the cafeteria next year and
like actually eat some food. It smelled good.
It did smell really good.
We just had things to look at.
Yeah.
And
we were busy.
Go to. We were booked and busy that day.
And we made a really good meal out of our purchases.
We did.
That soup.
Oh, it was like, what did she say? It was like sustainably grown, but they only preserved it with just vinegar, apple cider vinegar, which I was like,
that's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's
too.
So cool. And it tasted so good.
So delicious.
Didn't need any seasoning whatsoever.
Which usually you have to.
Right. Tomato soup can be incredibly bland.
So bland.
And it had just the right amount of texture.
It did. I liked it with some grilled cheese.
Love it. It was like a
cozy.
perfect fall day. Well, thanks, Annie.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for listening. Love you guys so much. I think that this is going to be essentially my 3rd year anniversary episode, which is crazy. I don't really have anything special planned, but thanks for listening for the last 3 years. That's like awesome of you. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun listening. And I'm having so much fun having everybody on.
Yes.
So we'll do it again soon. But amazing. Talk to you guys again next week. Bye. Another cathartic convo in the books. I feel better. How about you? Thank you so much for listening. Now I just want to jump on here and say, don't forget to follow and or subscribe to the pod on your favorite streaming platform for new episodes every single week, because I know you can't get enough of me. Additionally, if you want to gain access to exclusive episodes and lots of other goodies, join our Patreon and support the pod with your hard-earned American dollars. You can find the link in our show notes, or you can also visit us at patreon.com/pessimistic@best. And of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram @pessimistic@best. And if you're as obsessed with me as I am with you, you can find me at Sam Georgeson on all platforms. And last but not least, I'd like to give a special shout out to my podcast editor and producer, the love of my life, James Arbai, whom I literally could not do this without. So thank you, James. I love you so much. And thank you guys for joining me again this week. I love you too. And I cannot wait to chat with you again soon.